Hello everyone and welcome to Data Science Made Easy. In this playlist of Pandas, I'm going to teach you one of the most important Python libraries required for data science, data analyst or ML engineer role, that is Pandas. In this video, we are going to see what is Pandas, why we need to learn it, what are the industry use cases of Pandas, and series, what is data frame, and few operations, basic operations on Pandas. So without wasting any much time, let's jump into it. So first of it, what is Pandas? So Pandas is created in 2008 by Wes McKinney, and it is a Python library, and it is open source, means it is free to use and anyone can contribute in this library. To install it in any IDE, you need to pass the command pip install pandas, and pandas is used by all everywhere, means like small scale companies to big giants like Google, Amazon and Netflix. Every company use it. So Pandas is an open source Python library that is used for data manipulation and data analysis. Every company has data and they need to process it. So Pandas is used for processing the data, manipulating it, handling missing values and removing duplicates. Many operations are performed by using Pandas. So previously we used Excel for it. We store data in Excel sheet and pass formulas and do it manually to get insights from the data and to handle the data. But Pandas made it very easy. Like you can think Pandas as spreadsheet with the flexibility of code. A spreadsheet where data is present in form of rows and columns, and you can handle it by just writing codes. Okay. Next thing is why to learn Pandas. So first thing is data is everywhere. Every company, every industry has data, massive data, and they need to process it for getting insights. So they use Pandas for it. Next thing is career booster, top skill for data analysts, data scientists, and ML engineers. So the basic block of these roles are Pandas. First, you need to learn Python, and then the libraries for data analyst and data scientist role is like Pandas, NumPy, Matplotlib, Seaborn. We are going to see one by one. So the first thing is Pandas. Next is it is fast and efficient. It can process millions of rows and columns in seconds if you write efficient and optimized code. Next is works with everything. It easily integrates with other Python libraries like NumPy, Matplotlib, Seaborn, scikit-learn and other libraries. So it is easy to use. Next is data cleaning. It can handle missing values, it can remove duplicates, it can handle messy data easily. Next, it has a large community support, and as you know, it is open source, so many other creators have contributed in it, and you can learn it easily. You can you can get many tutorials, and you can also refer the page of official Pandas library, and you can learn there, understand the Pandas library there. And real world use cases of Pandas. So approximately every industry like healthcare, finance, e-commerce, machine learning models, social media, government, every uses Pandas to handle their huge amount of data. Okay. uh, in this channel I'm going to, my aim is to com- teach you complete machine learning and data science stuff. So creating a machine learning models needs data. The machine learning models needs data to learn the patterns, and before feeding the data to the ML model, you need to pre-process the data, you need to handle missing values, you need to remove duplicates and prepare the data set in that way so that it can be fed directly to the model. So Pandas helps in that. Okay. So next thing is, as I talked previously, that we are going to see series and data frame in this video. So first thing is, what is a series? So series is a one-dimensional labeled array. Means here the data is stored in a single column. Like here you can see this is the value, and here you can see Alice, Pop, Charlie, David, a single column, and this is the index number of these columns. Okay, and further we will see how we can create a series. Next thing is a data frame. So data frame is a two-dimensional data. Data frame is used to store the data in two-dimensional way, like in rows and columns. Here you can see rows and columns. Name, age, and score are the columns. So it stores the data in a spreadsheet or database table format. Okay. Next is series versus data frame. If you talk about what is series and data frame, the difference between it. So series is one dimensional and data frame is used for two dimensional data, means row and column. Series is a single column. Data frame is like a full spreadsheet. Series has index and their respected values, like you can see in previous. Here you can see index and their corresponding values. But in data frame, you have rows and columns. And to create series, you need to pass pd.series. We will look it. And to create data frame, you need to pass pd.dataframe. Series is great for single variables and data frame is great for data sets. So in this whole playlist, we are going to focus on data frame, because the data you are going to use in companies or for even for practice, most of the data, even I can say almost every data set you are going to deal with will be in form of rows and columns. So you need to focus more on data frame and less on series. So now you are ready to start Pandas library. Here we understand what is Pandas, why we need to learn it, real world use cases of Pandas, series and data frames. Now let's understand this with code. So first thing is to create a file in VS Code. So to create a file, you need to pass the extension as .ipynb so that you can execute your code as cell-wise. Here you can see you can execute cells independently. So to create this type of interface, you need to pass .ipynb extension. Okay. After creating this, click on these three dots, click on terminal and click on new terminal. After clicking on new terminal, you need to first install Pandas library. So you need to pass install pip install Pandas and write hyphen hyphen upgrade to get the latest version of Pandas library. Press enter, and here it is saying requirement already satisfied because I already downloaded it, and if your VS Code has not Pandas, it will get downloaded. Okay. Next thing is, after downloading Pandas, you need to first import it in your workspace. So to do it, the command is import pandas as is the alias, means to create short form for the library as pd. Now you don't need to write pandas every time. You can write it as pd, and let's run this cell. Okay, so we have imported pandas in our workspace successfully. Now let's understand first what is a series. So here you can see I have highlighted like this type of font and text to give reference like what are we working with. Like here if we I work with data frame, so I run this code cell and you can get the idea like here I am working with data frame, here I am working with some basic operations on pandas. So to get this you need to click on markdown. Okay, and now hashtag and like here series. Okay, and now okay, just a second, click on markdown. Okay, now hashtag and series and click this. See here series got written in big font so you can understand it clearly. Now, so to create a series, let's see, we have a variable called data and we pass a list of values like 10, 20, 30, 40, etc. And to create it as series, so let's take another variable series and you need to pass pd dot series. S is capital here, series, and the variable name where your data is stored, and then print series. Let's see this. See, zeroth index have 10 value, first index has 20 value, second index has 30 value, and third index has 40 value. A single column. Okay. So can we create series in another way? Yes, you can do it. How? Let's see. So here we have a variable data, and here we stored values in inside a dictionary, and dictionary store value in a key value pair. So the key is name and here are the values. Age is the key and here are the values. Salary, department, education, all are the keys and they are their corresponding values. Now create series with this data. Series equals to pd dot series. Keep in mind that s should be capital there. Okay, and pass data inside it, and now print series. Let's run this code cell. Here you can see we got the output as name, age, salary, department, education, and name. Here you can see name is this is working. Name, age, salary, department, and education are working as index, and here LIs and the age and salary, here the values are working as columns, single column. So here you can see that Charlie, if we talk about Charlie, here is his name and age is here, his salary is here 70,000, his department is finance here, his education is PhD here. So it is very difficult to look at the data of a particular person, and it is a small data set. And imagine if you have a big data set and you are told that look at this person's salary, so it will be very difficult for you to see the salary column, salary inside in this form. Okay, so to handle this messy data set we need to learn about data frame. Data frame converts this data into beautiful row and column format so that we can analyze the data easily and get insights easily. How? Let's see. So pass this data here, data, and to create data frame, suppose data frame short form df as variable, and here we need to pass pd dot data frame. D should be capital and f should be capital, and then pass the data, and now print df. Okay, let's run this cell. Here you can see you got a beautiful row and column format. Like here, name is Alice, age is 25, salary is 50,000, department is HR, and education is bachelor. If you want to see any person's data, you can go through it easily in this form. Like you are told that tell about David. So David, age is 40, salary is 80,000, department is marketing, and education is bachelor. So here you can see how beautiful the data looks. Okay. Now we are going to see some basic operations in pandas. So for reference, let's take this as reference, and let's run this. So this is the data. If you have a very big data set, or suppose let's make this data set a little bit bigger, like here Sam, and like for example Iron Man. Okay, Iron Man, and one more, let's see, like Joy. Okay, Joy. These are the name, and age, let's see, 42. Okay, next is 37, and let's see, 43. Okay, for reference, and salary should be, let's, 1 lakh. Okay, and it's 85,000, 85,000, and it's 95,000. Okay, 95,000, and the department is, like, let's write it HR department. Okay, and marketing. Okay, marketing, and the next person is in, see, IT department. Okay, and the degree is for HR, like master degree, master. For marketing, like bachelor degree, bachelor, and oh sorry, close it inside a string. Okay, and now, and for IT, like computer science, CS. Okay, close it inside a bracket, and yes. Okay, let's run this. See, now you have 8 values. If your data set is much bigger than that, and you want to see few rows and columns of it for reference, so here you can say df dot head, you can pass it, and let's see what we get. We will get top 5 rows of your data set. Here you can clearly see you have 8 data points in the data, and when you pass df dot head, you will get only first 5 rows of your data set, and you can use it for reference to see the data. and here we can also pass df dot head, and we can pass like if you want to see only 3 rows, so pass it as 3, and now you can see you are getting only 3 data points, 0 1 and 2. Okay, so this is the way to look a big data into a small reference. Okay, now if you want to look your data set from downwards, then you can pass df.tail, df.tail, and let's run this. Now you will get 5 rows from the bottom side. Here you can see 7 6 5 4 and 3, 5 rows from downward direction. And if you pass the a fixed value like df dot tail and like 4, so you will get 4 values from downward, 7 6 5 and 4 values from bottom side. Okay, I hope you got this. Next thing is, suppose you want to see the data set like here, let me print df here. Okay, and you want to see your data set like from second row to fifth row. Okay, second row to fifth row, so what can you pass here? Df, and from second row to sixth. Okay, why sixth? Because like you can see 2 3 4 and 5. So here we pass 6 because it treats as n minus 1. If you pass 6, then it will print till 5. If you pass 7, it will print till 6. So it treat is as n minus 1. So we need to pass one more value to get exact value what we want in the data set. So here you can see we got 2 3 4 and 5. So this is the work of df, and if you want to print some part of your data set from a certain row to a certain row, then you can pass it as this. Now, if you want to see all the columns in your data set, so you can pass df dot columns, df dot columns, and when you hit and run this cell, here you got name, age, salary, department, education. These are the columns in your data set. And next, if you want to look at a particular column like df dot, and you want to look at name column, specifically df dot name, let's run this. Here you got only name columns printed: Alice, Pop, Charlie, David, Eve, Sam, Iron Man and Joy. Only the name columns got printed. And if you want to print multiple columns, like you want to print age and salary column. Okay, let's see, name, age and salary column. So you can do this by df, and now pass age, okay, name and salary. You need to pass it inside this because it will treat it as array, two-dimensional array. Now here you can see only age, name and salary columns got printed. Okay, and now if you want to look maximum values in the salary column, so here you can first access the salary column. So salary, now you got access to the salary column, and now dot max to get the maximum value in the salary column. And let's run this. See, 1 lakh is the maximum salary in the salary column. Here you can see it clearly that 1 lakh is the maximum salary. Okay, what if you want to see the minimum salary? Okay, so first access the salary column, so df, and now salary. So you got access to the salary column. Now dot min to get the minimum value in the salary column. So the minimum value is 50,000 in the salary column. Okay. Now, if you want to see the average of the salaries or average age, so first access the age column df, and then age. You got the access to the age column, and now dot mean to get the average age. Let's run this. So average age is 37.125. Okay, and if you want to see the average salary, so salary, now you got access to the salary and print the mean value. So it is 78,750, the mean salary. Okay, and if you want to see the standard deviation in the salary column, so df and access to the salary column. Now you got the access dot std to get standard deviation. Let's run this. So the deviation is 117,474 point something. So what is standard deviation, what is mean? You will know this further. So these are the ways to mm, get insights from your data set. Now if you want to describe your data, you want to see what are the value in the columns, what are the maximum values in the column, so you can get it as df dot describe. df dot describe. Let's run this. See, the age has 8 values, means 8 count 8 means that you have 8 data points. Salary has 8 data points, and here you are getting only two columns, age and salary, because describe you can get the mean value, the standard deviation, the minimum values of only numerical columns. Only age and salary columns are numerical, other columns are categorical, or you can say are strings. So you can't calculate their mean or standard deviation. So here we are only getting age and salary column. So here you can see the mean is 37.125 of age, and the salary is mean of salary is 78,750, and here is the standard deviation. The minimum value in age column is 25, the minimum value in salary column is 50,000. Here you can see 25%, 50% and 70%, 75%. What does that mean? Here 25% mean 25% of the values in age column are less than 33. Next, 25% values in the salary column are less than 67,500. Like this, 50% less than means 50% of the values in age column are less than 38.5. Okay, here you can see clearly, like 50, 30, only 35, 30 and 25 and 37, 1, 2, 3 and 4 values are less than 38. Like this, 75% means 75% of values in the age column are less than 42. The maximum value in age column is 45, and the maximum value in salary column is 1 lakh. Okay, this is the way to describe your data set. Now you want only that name which have salary greater than 50,000 or 60,000, like df. Okay, now get access to df dot salary, df dot salary, and salary greater than, sorry, not here, it should be inside this bracket, salary greater than 60,000. 60,000. Let's run this. So you missed the zero and first column because they have salaries less than 60,000. Here if you print df, here if you print df, you can see it clearly, like Elias has salary 50,000 and Bob has salary 60,000, and we want to print those rows which has salaries greater than 60,000. So these rows has salaries greater than 60,000. Okay, so this is the filter. Now we want to print, suppose you want to print salary columns less than 50,000. So let's copy this and paste it here. Salary less than 60,000. Okay, let's run this. So here you got only this column. Elias has salary 50,000, and if you pass here less than or equal to, so you will get two columns, two rows, Elias and Bob. Elias has salary 50,000, Bob has salary 60,000. So here you got two rows. Okay, now let's understand more about this data set. So if you want to get more informations of about this data set, pass df.info. Okay, df.info. Let's run this. So you got name as column and it has 8 non-null values, means the name column has 8 non-null values, means 8 values which are not null, which have some values got into it, and it is object type. Age has 8 non-null values and it is integer type. Salary has 8 non-null values and it is integer type, and like this department is a object type, and education is also a object type. Okay, so you can get information about your data. And entries, here you can see 8 entries, 0 to 7, total 5 columns. So you can get more informations about your data. If you want to know the shape of your data set, so pass df dot shape, and here you got 8 comma 5. 8 is number of rows and 5 is number of columns. So 8 rows and 5 columns in your data set. Okay, I hope you got it. Now let's see more examples and more operations on this data set. So like you want to get the index. What is the index here? df dot index. Okay, let's run this. So index is start from 0 and stop at 8 and step is 1. Okay, let's see if it works like this. No, it will throw an error. So here, okay, so here you can see the index start from 0, then 1, 2, 3 and 4. This is the index. Suppose we want to change the index and we want name as our index. We don't want this 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. We want to set name as our index. So what we can do is tf dot set underscore index, and now pass, here we pass name, and pass in place equals to true, in place equals to true, so that we the original data set also get changed. See, now if you run df, let's run this. See, now name is the index of this data set. Okay, in place equals to true means you want to change, you don't want a copy of that data set, you want to change the original data set. So in place equals to true, do this. Here you can see whether to modify the data frame rather than creating a new one. So you modified your data set rather than creating a new data set. Okay, so this is the work of in place equals to true. So now name is your index. Next thing is, suppose you want to get information about someone, like you want to get information about Sam. So here you can pass tf dot loc, means location, and location of Sam. Let's run this. So Sam, age is 42, salary of Sam is 1 lakh, department is HR, and education is master. So you got information of particular person Sam. Okay, suppose you want to get information about David, so pass here David, and when you run this you got information about David. Age is 40, here you can see David's age is 40, salary, and all the informations about David. So you can access a particular person or a particular thing in this way. df.loc, loc means location, so you will get the location of that particular person. Previously, we have seen that we can apply a filter on rows to get specific conditions to be met, and to get the only the rows that satisfies the given condition. But what if we have multiple conditions to check and get output of it? So to combine multiple conditions, we can do this way. So suppose first get a variable like filter data, and now start applying the condition. So first access the data frame. Okay, now access the column. So suppose the first column is age. Okay, you want age column to access, and you want to get the columns where age is greater than, suppose, 35. Okay, and you want salary columns, you want to access salary column where the salary is, suppose the salary is greater than, let's see, greater than 50,000. Okay, salary is greater than 50,000, and if you run this, okay, now print filter data. If you run this, see, you got only five rows. David, Eve, Sam, Iron Man, and Joy all have age greater than 35, and their salaries are greater than 50,000. So in that way you can combine multiple conditions. Here you can also pass or instead of and. So to do this, here paste it, and age is greater than 35, or here you can give or salary is greater than, suppose, 70,000. If you run this and print filter data, let's see what you get. See, you got 5 columns again, and here you can see that 5 columns we got, and their age are greater than 35, and their salaries are greater than 70,000. Okay, so in this way we can combine multiple conditions. So that's it for this video, and next video we are going to cover it in more detail. So thank you for watching this video.